Good morning. You're with me, Chikazingwa, here in Israel, Tel Aviv. I just want to share with you some health tips, as usual, before I start my work. Today, we need to talk about milk. You know, milk is very, very vital. In schools or everywhere that you can go, if you can ask someone what's the best source of calcium, everyone will say milk. And we think that without milk, we cannot be surviving, or we cannot be alive. Yes, is it true that milk is very, very essential for the babies, for the young mammals, because it's only mammals who produces milk for the young ones. So milk is very, very essential because it makes us to be what we are. Because without milk, we cannot be the place or where we are right now. So a certain scientist said something about milk. It says that it is only human beings amongst all mammals which we take milk beyond our infancy. Excuse me. So in the category of mammals, there are monkeys, donkeys, cows, cats, elephants. All these are in the category of mammals. When they grow, maybe beyond their infancy, they will no longer take milk. But unfortunately, human beings, it's the only, I can say, indisciplined being that usually takes milk beyond their infancy. When we reach 3 years or 2 years going upwards, we are not supposed to take milk. Why? Milk, it has several components. First one, it's lactose. Lactose is the sugar that is found in the milk, and it needs an enzyme lactase to be digested. When it is digested, it gives glucose and galactose. Now the problem is galactose cannot be fully utilized in our body without further digestion. So it needs beta galactosidase. So it is break down into glucose, or else glucose 1-phosphate, which is further converted into glucose 6-phosphate. It is undergoing the process of glucolysis, or it goes into its metabolic pathway, or used in the metabolic pathway. So now it is further digested in our body. So when we are 2 years going upwards, the concentration of that enzyme lactase, it is being deteriorated in our body. So we can no longer be able to digest milk. So we are not supposed to take milk when we reach the age of 3 going upwards. And then we have also casein. Casein, it's I can say, it is one of the major protein in the milk. It's phosphate protein, which is a major protein component in a milk. Now, this casein, it needs renin as an enzyme to be digested. So as I said earlier on, 3 years going upwards, those enzymes, this enzyme is no longer available in our system or it is in lesser concentration in our system to digest casein. So it is a problem. We are not supposed to take milk beyond our infancy. Some says that when we are suffering from, gas, acid, ulcers, we are being advised to take milk. Yes, it's true, because milk, it's almost like a base, alkaline. It neutralizes acid in our system when we take milk. But unfortunately, in the milk, that casein, it triggers gastrin to release gastric acid. So it is as if someone is mopping in the house, and then the tap somewhere is dripping, water. If you can keep on mopping throughout the day, but you cannot finish because the water somewhere keeps on dripping. Water is coming down from the tap each and every time. So when you try to mop, as you are finishing mopping the floor, as you turn back, you see some water keep on flowing on the floor. So it is as if you keep on flowing mopping each and every time the whole day without finishing. What am I trying to say is that when you take milk to neutralize acid in the stomach, yes, it neutralizes acid. It neutralizes acid in the stomach in a moment. But then casein triggers gastrin to release gastric acid. So it is like, I call it stupidity. Stupidity it's when you keep on repeating the same thing again and again, hoping for a different result, which is impossible. Another thing is like we think that milk It is there to give us calcium for the strength of our bones. But it's not true. Denmark, Finland, these are countries that produce milk a lot. But then they observed that these are also countries that have higher cases of osteoporosis. Osteoporosis is a problem whereby the bones develop sponge-like. They lose their strength, you know. They lose some cells, so they become weaker. So unfortunately, instead of those countries to have people having strong bones, to the contrary, we have a lot of people who develop this osteoporosis problem. And the calcium, it is a lot in dark green leaf vegetables. All dark green leaf vegetables, they have a lot of calcium, which are good for us. We have grains, we have seeds, pumpkin seeds, soy milk, whatever and what have you. They have a lot of calcium, which are good for our bones. So from today onwards, no one should deceive you that you cannot live without milk. We can also develop our milk from soy milk, cashew milk, almond milk. These are cashew nuts, almond nuts, ground nuts, soy beans. We can produce our own milk. Scientifically, in the world of science, you know, there's a debate that you can't have soy milk, you can't have almond milk. These are just beverages. Don't call them milk, because milk is only from, you know, mammals. Anyway, for the argument's sake, we are going to call them soy beverages, almond beverages, but you can also call them milk. So that's what I'm trying to say to you. So from today onwards, when your kids reaches 2 years going upwards, they are not supposed to take cow milk. Don't give them formula milk. Formula milk, they are not good or fit for humanity. Don't take cow milk. A certain zoologist said that if you can take a cow milk and give to the donkey, donkey to the monkey, monkey to the cow, cow to the sheep, sheep to the goats, soon the zoo end up, because each and every milk is specific to its own species. Unfortunately, cow doesn't take from goats, goats doesn't take from sheep, sheep doesn't take from mammals or animals, animals, but humans, but only human beings in the category of mammals, they are them which take others species milk. We are in discipline, so let's be careful and stick to the rules of healthy. You have me, Potone. Bye.